So last night or over the past few days, even today, they're getting goosebumps and it's because of you. Like I feel if it resonates, there's so much happiness. There's a huge breakthrough that is occurring within your bond where you're really feeling the intimacy between your souls. You're really feeling the closeness and unintentionally, like you're glowing so much. There's so much happiness coming from you that they're getting chills, in the most positive way because they're feeling all of your emotions. And this is creating a very powerful energetic fluidity flow between you both. And yeah, it's giving them chills. It's giving them goosebumps of excitement, of joy. Like they're so happy to feel so close. So this could be you have recently overcome some sort of difficulties. For some of you, you're going to overcome some sort of challenges, or I'm hearing the word disruptions that have come up like within your bond. It's very much an energetic thing. It's very much the collective, including you and your person, are moving into a higher timeline. So there's been a lot of preparation. I'm hearing the blockages, the shadow, the triggers, and heaviness recently. There's been a lot of preparation to release a lot of things. You may have felt like you were on hold or on a pause, but it's the preparation for you to be able to move into a higher timeline, which is coming very soon. And you're already in the process of that, but you're really going to be feeling, and some of you, this is the breakthrough that you are feeling right now with your person. It's magical, okay? They're absolutely ecstatic. So let's look deeply into this. They're just feeling all of your joy. Maybe you feel immense relief in some sort of way. Maybe there were fears of falling out of love, like they feared you moving on without them, and they were very triggered by this, but it's not true. It's not the case. And maybe you have felt very reassured. You could be sensing each other. Okay, it could be you both have been feeling these fears and now there's this huge breakthrough, or there's been some sort of clarity or reassurance and knowing, yeah, look, there's been a long period of thinking, worst case scenarios, anxiety, sleepless nights with their head in their hands, and this has really been eating away at them. With the mice here, it reminds me of the Len Norman card where it's about eating away at them, their thoughts, couldn't see clearly, very stressed, very heartbroken, feeling tormented by this. So this was kind of like the shutdown. I'm hearing a shutdown of the flow of emotions and love, but there's a return of vibrance. Says, seeing, I see them looking up and seeing the light, that you love them completely. You may have been fearing they're falling out of love with you. They've been fearing you're falling out love with them, but this was you both sensing each other's fears and sensing how there's been a lot of density where you've been triggered into your overactive minds and you've been taken out of the heart space. But now there's this amazing return. It's so incredible to the heart space and it's so joyous because there's a knowing that you love each other completely. You're returning to that joy and it's like a safe sanctuary. I always call it a safe sanctuary where your souls are embracing. You are one. You are held in love. You're held in the higher dimensions beyond the density of this false matrix. So this was a lot of stories from past wounds about abandonment and rejection coming up very heavily. We had the moon. This is about fear. This is about the unknown. It's about the subconscious and secrets, okay? It's like you're both unaware. You aren't able to see this. So this is like the darkest night and this is nighttime. So darkness. Neither of you could see clearly, I feel. But this normally shows two wolves like howling at the moon and they're facing each other in the traditional tarot. And this is you longing for each other. But there's been a lot of shadow you haven't been able to see clearly. Look, both of you, your eyes have been covered with fear. The moon is all about fear and it's like the subconscious wounds really coming up and wreaking havoc in your minds, okay? And you've been sensing this. Like you and your person, you're so much at one with each other that you sense everything you feel. And you may have in your minds misinterpreted this heaviness to mean that it was just you alone feeling abandoned and like the other person's moving on from you, because there's a lot of the unknown here. This is the path of the unknown. But this also represents the path towards the higher timeline that you're both now moving down. You could have been very stagnant. You could have gone into your own comfort zones, walls of protection because of fears of heartbreak, okay? This has very much been mirroring between you both, but it's the subconscious triggers and wounds and blocks that have been coming up to be released. This is like a temporary eclipse. Normally it shows the moon eclipsing the sun. So this was again a cycle. This was a time in the collective where you were supposed to be going through this eclipse season. And it's lasted for many, many months, most of this year, I feel. And you and your person, you're so sensitive, you're highly sensitive beings that you pick up on all of this heaviness from the collective as well. But you've been moving through this. It is a path. You've been moving through this. It could have felt very, very slow, very frustrating, very confusing, a lot of time of confusion, but the eclipse doesn't last forever. It's like the sun's coming out again. There's so much joy that you're returning to. This is the chills that are running down their spine. So much excitement, so much electricity. Like, I can't emphasize how happy they are. Yeah, we have the Seven of Wands. This was all of the triggers coming up, threatening to knock you and your person off your feet, or you both felt bombarded. Your person felt bombarded with these doubts, these fears, thinking worst case scenarios, and they're sharp like the swords here. So this was an inner battle. You could both resonate with. You've been going through a lot of inner battles and trying to fight this. You were trying to fight this heaviness. You were trying to fight these doubts and fears, and it's been a struggle. This has it's zapped. I'm hearing a lot of your energy within you both as well. So this is you, again, both feeling that heaviness for so long. You've had to endure a lot of this heaviness recently. But again, moving out of this suddenly, like there could be an overnight change. Some sort of immense reassurance has come in, which is lifting, boosting this person's self-esteem immensely. Like knowing that you love them completely, knowing that you share this very, very special bond. There's this feeling of you both feeling so proud, or again, if you're not quite there, this is what you're going to be feeling soon. You're feeling so proud of your bond. You're feeling proud that the other person is your twin flame, and you're really, really treasuring the bond. It's like the Holy Grail, the holiness is returning. You're both returning to the heart space. Someone, it could have been both of you, has needed very powerful confirmation or being affirmed, reassured of your love, and that you're not leaving them. Because this was the fear of the unknown, like what's going on and it feeling heavy and dark. We have the Nine of Pentacles. This is a much more positive, optimistic energy. This is you both. Your auras are absolutely filled with abundance. The abundance of love and joy and excitement, and you're both just glowing so much. This is how we're supposed to live as humans, okay? This is what we've been so repressed from purposefully by those that are trying to control the masses. They're trying to keep us in low vibration and forgetting that we're infinite beings and that we're all powerful. The power of love. You and your person, you're living optimally is the word I'm hearing. Now, right now in this moment, you are living in your true natural state of remembering who you are, being in the love, being in the heart space, which is the gateway to the infinite and your true infinite selves. And your auras are so expanded, you feel wonderful. You know your whole energetic field, your frequencies are very high, vibrating very high. This is the electricity, this is the chills, this is the excitement and euphoria and feeling proud of yourselves, okay? Like this person, I'm telling you, they are filled with a lot of pride right now, knowing that you are their twin flame, that you love them, that this is the greatest love story. They're so happy. This is stability. They're feeling a lot more stable. Yeah. Look, you're moving together out of this turbulent time into calmer waters, and this is you moving from the old timeline to the new timeline as well. 6 is the number of love. So this is through the love. This is the state that you always return to within your bond. There's been a time of not being able to see clearly and protecting the heart, going inwards, going into hermit mode with this Two of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Again, fearful, energy, guarded, stalemate. It's a pause. It was a stagnation. It was all of the negativity or, the triggers coming up. But this is movement into love. You always return to the love. It's the truth. Yeah, look, beneath this, we have the Lover's card. This is what you're returning to. We have the Queen of Cups here. I just saw a few moments ago, there was the King of Cups at the bottom of the deck as well, the Lovers. Look, you've both been blinded with the Two of Swords. It's like both of you mirrored had been blinded to the love. You've been protecting yourselves. You've been in the mind, overactive mind, with the blindfold over the eyes to me, and with not being able to see here, and like I said, the darkness. It's like being in the fearful ego, the conditioned ego, and you were both blinded to the truth that you are the lovers. This is the sacred holy love. You love each other completely, and this is the reveal. I'm hearing the reveal like that the divine is here again. The light is shining upon you both again. There's happiness, seeing clearly, you're facing each other. You know, you're coming out of these thick walls and masks and the confusion. There's a lot of clarity coming in, and it's absolutely wonderful. We have the Nine of Cups. This is wish fulfillment. We have the Seven of Swords. So the Nine of Cups, this is again feeling proud. In the traditional tarot, it shows the guy sitting in front of the 9 cups there on a shelf behind him, and it looks like trophies. This is accomplishment. I'm telling you, like your person, they felt like their self-esteem was plummeting. This is what this anxiety is about as well. When they felt like you were rejecting them or you were moving on without them, because you're moving forwards, but you're moving forwards together into this higher timeline. But if they thought that you were moving on from them, I feel like their self-esteem plummeted, like their self-image, like they've been needing you, like knowing that you love them in order to feel like amazing about themselves. This could be the mirrored wounds that you're healing over time as well. You know, that having that self-esteem, you massively help each other with that though as well. There's so much healing in your bond, but this is wish fulfillment. Okay, they may have been hoping and praying that you weren't moving on from them, that you weren't rejecting them, hoping and praying for a sign, hoping and praying for you to open your heart to them, especially as that Queen of Cups was there, hoping and praying that you would get closer to them again. And this is what's happened, okay? And it may literally feel like it's overnight. And this could be why you're getting goosebumps, because you're suddenly feeling that their energies has changed, their frequency they're sending towards you is so much love, it's so high vibrational, and it's making you both flow. You both feel so wonderful. This is the true state that we as humans are supposed to be living like. And you and your person, you have the Holy Grail, like, you have the ability to powerfully experience this through you being the lovers here. So we have the Seven of Swords. This could be some sort of sneaky energy in terms of spying, that like they may have been spying on you, trying to get this clarity, trying to get this reassurance. Seven of Swords, again, they could have been thinking worst case scenarios. This is going over the moon, which is like secrets. They may have, you know, been thinking you're keeping secrets from them and all things like that, but it's simply not the truth. You love them completely. I feel as though you're very open, very honest, very open-hearted with this person. Now there's like this returning, like you feel safe in each other's arms. You are like, it's like the wounds of the inner child are being soothed. They feel, and look, there's a little baby deer. Can't think of the name of the deer. The baby deer. But anyway, there's a healing. They were longing for you, okay? They're missing you. They were needing your protection. They were needing your loving embrace. Again, it could be mirrored. For some of you, it's definitely mirrored, like, and now you are held. You're like the baby in arms, okay? This is about a lullaby, and this is you sleeping peacefully at night. And again, this is the emphasis of you really both feeling so held by this love, so held by the divine. You're held in that wholeness, that safe sanctuary, which is the infinite beyond all of the heaviness and the oppression in this false matrix. You are there. There's immense healing and support. They were needing you. You were needing each other. Okay? There's even a child in this Six of Swords, which is the inner child healing, moving to the higher timeline. And the star here is like the inner guidance, the wish fulfillment coinciding with the Nine of Cups. We have the Ten of Wands. I'm telling you, there's been so much heaviness, and this is like the gate to the higher timeline. It's like, no, it's not time to enter yet. You and the collective, both of you and the collective, there needed to be that time of preparation. It says, in the bleak midwinter, frosty wind made moan. So this is like the coldness, this thing's feeling frosty. There was like a no entry. This could have been you closing down to each other somewhat as well. And it's not just, I'm hearing from spirit, it's not just because of fears. There was very much a time where you needed to pause like the hanged man. You both needed to go inwards like the hermit. Again, it's a collective thing, but you're highly sensitive beings. You've been sensing this and experiencing this very profoundly as individuals as well. So it wasn't quite time to proceed forwards because there needed to be this time of pause, okay? I'm hearing reworking. You've both been rewiring. It's been a very subconscious thing, a very frustrating thing. You've been being, the divine, the angels have been rewiring you. Your spirit guides have been working with you both to prepare you to be able to align with your, frequencies, align with a higher timeline that you are just starting to really move into. In truth, you have been moving for many months, most of this year, but it's been very, very slow. But now it's like the gate is opening. This is like your heart's opening. Because look, this is a closed off energy with the Two of Swords, the arms over the heart. But this is your heart's opening again after carrying so much burdens. I'm hearing there's something about you had to be triggered so much. You had to be in the overactive mind so much that it felt so burdensome that you got sick and tired of the worries. You got sick and tired of the overthinking to the point where you've put these 10 of Wands down, because the 10 is about placing those burdens down as well and coming back to your true nature. So I feel it's been clearing out a lot of old tendencies, old patterns of overthinking, worrying, stressing, trying to control things, which includes closing yourself down and that feeling so stressful, like a lot of pressure. It's very resistant energy, and to the point where you can't carry on like that, because you and your person, you are naturally the flow state, flowing forwards, your intuition guiding you, and you're returning to that. And it's amazing. You're like, so be it. I release these fears, and I'm hearing ultimately it is about you both opening your hearts more, learning to be more vulnerable. That is what the moon is about as well. The fearful of the unknown path is about the vulnerability, the vulnerable child, and the vulnerable baby deer here as well. So overall, you figured out, like you or your person or both of you, you figured out like the trying to control and micromanage and steer things and hide yourselves away. It's just too heavy. It's too much out of alignment with your true nature, and it's no fun living like that, to say the least. And now there's this huge breakthrough, and you're back in the flow energy, and it feels absolutely incredible. Okay, we have the Seven of Cups. This is the Seven of Swans. Okay, interesting, because Seven of Cups is about, again, confusion. There's been so much confusion. I feel like there's been just so many energies coming up. This normally shows a person sort of scratching their head, looking upwards, and then there's the Seven Cups in the sky above them. Some of the cups are filled with negative things, some are filled with positive things, and yeah, they're scratching their head in confusion. But there's just been a whole ton of different energy. I'm hearing a concoction of energies coming up. Again, a lot of this is for the subconscious rewiring. I'm seeing these beautiful swans as the movement, gracefully moving, gracefully growing from, the ugly ducklings into the beautiful swans. That just literally represents growing in awakening and in consciousness, becoming more mature as souls, and now you're gracefully moving. It feels so wonderful to be in that flow state and you're both feeling incredibly beautiful again, like you normally feel with each other when you're in harmony. But all of these swords here was the lack of self-esteem, and you were both feeling, or your person or both of you was feeling, that self-esteem plummeting. But now you're feeling beautiful, you're feeling proud like the swans, graceful like the swans again, seeing yourselves in a good light, like you just know how much the other person loves you, adores you, desires you. Like you're both feeling this so powerfully, and you're lifted up through the roof, your frequencies. That's too many. I saw the Knight of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles though, and that's stability grounding into this connection. We have the Eight of Swords. This was a mental prison you were stuck in, but it's going over this Six of Swords. So you're moving out of that mental prison. Here's a tower here, which is like your walls. And this reminds me of the Ten of Wands, heaviness and burdens. And it's frosty here, but the sun is rising, okay? The new beginning is here, and you could really be feeling goosebumps. Your person certainly is. And look, we have the Ten of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, which I just saw as well. The angels are guiding your connection. This is stability returning. It's the completion of an old cycle, I feel, and the new beginning of this higher timeline. And it's absolutely wonderful. What's really going on? How are they feeling? Betrayed. Wow, this was what they were fearing. You know, the Nine of Wands, they couldn't stop thinking about like this betrayal energy. And like I said, the secretive energy of the moon and the Seven of Swords came out at some point. Here it is over the moon. Betrayed. Like this person, they were feeling so heartbroken that you weren't betraying them. Like you love them completely, like beyond words. Okay? This felt like a death, like with the eyes like that, a lot of distress, a lot of heartbreak, and this was terrorizing them. You may have felt them disconnecting or shutting down emotionally, and the flow sort of stopping somewhat or massively between you, the flow of love, the flow of energy, because they were just very fearful to feel anything. It's like they shut down because they were feeling so much pain. They were maybe just trying to distract themselves so much. But this is what has all changed or will be very soon. Divine timing. I'm telling you, there's been a timing to do with all of this. And it's very much to do with you both graduating an old cycle, an older timeline, to move into a higher timeline. Divine timing. And look, this looks like Cupid's arrow. This could be a message from the heart as well. Vulnerable. Yeah, I'm telling you, this is why they were shutting themselves down, because we have the Two of Swords here and the Seven of Wands. This was, you know, all the triggers coming up and them trying to stay stable. This was all the fears, the pain, and them trying to shut down and not think about their heart, not feel anything because they felt too vulnerable. They felt too heartbroken. But this is what you're moving out of. This is a positive thing as well. Open in the heart again. Be daring. I'm hearing daring to be vulnerable. We have romantic. Wow, I'm telling you, with the said Seven of Swans or the Seven of Cups here, there's information coming in as well. Look at these birds. This is like downloads, insights, reassurance coming in from spirit or from your higher self, or them seeing something that's really reassured them, okay? There's immense romantic feelings with the rose. This represents the heart, the open heart, okay? And feeling so proud. Again, this is a graduation with the swans. And I just see them, they're so happy because they feel so good about themselves. I'm telling you, like your love for them, your desire for them, your holy connection that you share with them, it makes them feel absolutely incredible and vice versa. And this is why they're so happy. And there could be romantic expression. You're both certainly feeling the romance soaring right now in your bond. Journey of the Heart, which is incredible because we have this movement, this journey card here. You're moving to the high timeline. The destination is the heart. You know, it shows the heart here, journey of the heart. So this is really powerfully indicating you're both moving back into the heart space, or you have, and it could have felt literally overnight. And now life is feeling incredible. Life is feeling wonderful. Look, this is a destination, and that movement into the destination of the heart. The destination is moving into higher levels of consciousness and returning back home to source energy. This is how holy your bond is. This is absolutely incredible, and I really hope it resonates with you. If you've appreciated this reading, please consider buying me a hot chocolate by leaving a super thanks comment below. All donations are humbly appreciated. Thank you to everyone who's already donated and sent a super thanks in the comments. It really does mean a lot to me. If this reading has resonated with you, please let me know in the comments. Give it a thumbs up, share it, subscribe. That all really helps me out with the algorithm. Thank you so much for joining me here. Take care. Bye.